Hey everyone, this is Ryan B with Practical Forex Trading. This is your weekly analysis of the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the US 30, the Dow 30, however you want to call it, the stock market. The Dow Jones is really just a composite index of 30 blue chip stocks. And we're looking at this index though as a barometer of the economy in general. Most people do. So when we think about trading and sentiment in the market, as much as we all want to be individual thinkers, we really want to think, how is the pack thinking? Because ultimately more dollars moves the market. So we want to be, whichever way the trend is going, we want to be in with that crowd, if you will, for lack of a better term. So here I'm bearish. Unfortunately, it doesn't look super good for the Dow right now as of today. We see recently that resistance was tested. Right, this 24,500 mark several times, once, and sell-off got a little bit higher, sell-off happened, another rally resumed, but this one was lower than the previous ones. Okay, so oops, first sign of a downtrend. Then we have a lower low. So we have a short-term downtrend set up beginning to happen. We're now moving below the daily fast-moving average with this resistance zone holding tight. So we also see limited volume. Right, so if we look there, yes, there has been some buying volume, but it's really cautious. If we look back to over the last couple of years, relatively, this is very cautious buying. Right, this is once again, like we see in oil, this is traders buying the dip. This is not recovery so much. So let's go ahead and look at our Fibonacci retracement and see what's happening with the Fibo. So this is our 4-hour. 4-hour is like your micro daily, 6 candles in the day. To use your Fibonacci tool, you want to click Fibonacci retracement. Then you want to click on a recent high. So let's go all the way to the highest point of this trend here to a recent low. We're going to go all the way to the low here, and then we're going to pull this out. And we can see this is the 50% the fib line, right around 24,000, right about where that line was that we eyeballed, right? That price several times has reached that 50 fib line and is now moving away. If it were to have gone on top of it, then we could see our next target would be the 61.8 golden ratio, but that does not appear to be the case. So looking for more losses on the Dow, and potentially we could see a revisit to this 18,000 mark. So let's go ahead and head back to our weekly and see what that looks like. I'm going to pull this off, my Fibo. So yeah, we were looking at daily before. This is weekly. Weekly candles also tell a bearish tail. After trying to push through that resistance we see all last week, we see a negative bearish candle forming here. The body of the candle, negative, eclipses the bullish one before it, and it closed that way. So that's not good, all things considered. So let's go ahead and put our recent low out. So there we go. We saw 18,000 reached just earlier this year, and we might see a return to it, or we're going to see a return in the middle of this grid right here. Prices could move sideways. If we were to take this multi-year trend line from 2008, so the last dip, the last major dip, and we connect those bottoms, click, 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 we see a nice uptrend forming. So that is good news, right? Long-term uptrend. However, we look at the calendar and on the bottom, that could be all the way up to 2022, which gives you lots of time to buy, because eventually this will pop back up, but it doesn't look like it's happening this week. In fact, I'm looking for more consolidation back to the 21,000 mark this week before we see more gains. So right now I'm currently holding US dollars, and that's where my portfolio is at. Once we see this dip come to fruition, then I'll consider buying back in. All right, everyone. Well, I hope you have a profitable week no matter what you're trading, and we will talk soon.